Welcome to another episode of Talking in Bits, where we walk you through Bitcoin bit by bit so we can provide you with the information you need to possibly get rich. Thanks for joining us for another episode. I'm half the team here, Jose. I got my guy Ben in the house.
What's happening, bro?
Another Bitcoin week, so it's another great week, man. What's good with you?
Solid week.
Yeah.
Lots of technical things going on.
A lot of technical things going on, a lot of money moves going on, but with all that, the price still kind of stayed on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do you think that is, if you were to take a guess?
Well, there's some options that are expiring pretty soon.
Okay.
And I think once those expire, there'll be new liquidity coming into the market.
You're going to have to run me through that, man.
Yeah, so...
That's techie to me right there.
It's... yeah, so you can trade options. Think of it like insurance, where you can like trade premium back and forth and in short. And so pretty soon, I think it's the end of the month. Or
Friday I said, but I didn't say specifically the day, but soon.
Yeah. So some options are going to expire very soon.
There's a lot of
money.
billion?
Yeah, there's a lot of money in that. And so once those expire, people are basically everyone's going to have new liquidity to enter back into trades. So, I mean, you'll have billions of dollars be going back into the market.
Yeah.
So there's price swings there. And then, all these ETFs are accumulating. Everyone's raising money to like create things on the space right now.
So this is normal then? It's one of those things?
Well,
is it good or bad? That's what I didn't understand from it.
Yeah, no, I mean, we retested 61, and then there was that Gemini new like whale news.
Yeah.
And then we went back down to 55, and now we're at still at 55.
Yeah. I find hope in that though. I like 55.
Every day over 50 is a great day.
Yeah. Well, depending when you're going in, but every day over a huge amount is great.
I didn't have Bitcoin 50,000 in March, in February. In my mind, I had it maybe November, December.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
Personally,
when we were taking guesses,
every day is a good day, bro.
Every day is a good day. Yeah. So I didn't know anything about that stuff when you sent me about that. Those options expiring.
Yep.
I don't know if it's good or bad or whatever, but I've been so wrapped up in all the other stuff going on, all the technical news, that it's been fun. But we'll get into that a little bit later.
For sure.
A company we both use, we both care about, got some really good news. Lolli. Yeah. Lolli, for those of you guys, shout out to Lolli. For those of you guys who don't know who Lolli is, they're pretty much like, and I hate comparing them to them, but it's the easiest way. It's like Rakuten. Is that how you say it?
Yeah. Whatever you say, I say. That's
So it's that, you attach it to the Chrome.
Yep.
You've booked a ton of trips on it.
Yeah.
Tell the users a little bit about your experience with Lolli.
Yeah,
please.
So it's really easy. You check the bottom of this episode, and you'll get a referral code first off. Then you'll get free money.
Yep. Free money.
You go on a Lolli. You look at the store that you're looking at. For women, they have like Ulta, which is beauty products and makeup.
That was actually just used in this house.
See? I think that's a dope incentive. For guys, it should be bodybuilding.com, GNC,
1%bodybuilding.com, I believe.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Which starts to add up. I mean, you guys who are active and females that are active use supplements monthly.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding.com, if not Amazon, is probably the place you get it.
Yeah.
When I get 1% back.
Exactly.
That stacks up over time.
Yeah.
I told you about the story of how to get an XLR cable.
Mm-hmm.
It was a simple $12 transactions. I got 36 cents in Bitcoin.
Yep.
Right, so 36, it's powerful. It's free. There's no reason why you should not do it, especially if you shop a lot or whatever. So Lolli just got a $5 million Series A evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
Like you, I don't know the technicalities of what A funding is, but I think that's the first step in, however many steps to being legit or being one of the bigger dogs in the field. They had a bunch of celebrities sign on.
Yeah.
I think the only one that popped up to me was Serena Williams.
Yeah.
She popped up.
That was pretty cool.
I said Casey, but I don't know if that's Casey Neistat or if that was it just had like his...
I think it was Casey Neistat.
Yeah, so really good funding. Those are really good investors. I think they understand what's going on. Casey Neistat has been a Bitcoiner for a long time, actually. Yeah. But I want to see them grow. Even with the daily stack. Do you do the daily stack?
I don't.
Oh, okay. So the Lolli app on the phone is not ready to buy stuff with, sort of like folders where you can get coupons or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess that's due coming soon. But they give you literally like a little treasure box you get every day.
Gotcha.
And it gives you about like 180 sats, 106. You average like 150 sats, and every now and then they hit you like 1,000 sats.
Yeah.
For free. Just open up the app, touch the little treasure box. Every 24 hours, you get free sats.
Imagine doing this 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And then, the year 2020 happens. Or imagine doing that now.
Yeah.
And the year 2030 happens. That's how I try to explain that to people when I'm talking to them. Like, you have to have a long time horizon with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Closest analogy
price everything in sats.
Yeah, the closest analogy is like, this is the internet before the internet.
Right. Like if you want to use the not the analogy, because it's actually a fact if it continues to go up. Yeah. The dollar for sat theory or whatever, or concept. See, theory is not, it means that it might not be happen. This will happen. Yeah. So to think that just for me going into an app, just for me tapping that button, getting 180 sats, that's going to be $180 one day. Mm-hmm. I didn't do anything to get $180. Mm-hmm. $1,000. Like, and this stuff adds up. And if you do like the fold stuff and you stack them all up together, that's why stacking sats is cool. That's why you should actually go, because is this the definition of being a pleb? I think so. And it's awesome though, because like you said, it's an incentive to do the things that you're already doing. Yeah. And when you start thinking about it like you do, right? Like I do, which is like eventually this pays itself off. Yeah. Why not have as much fun as you can? Why not buy the things that you need, the equipment you need to get the job done? Why not use that when you're getting rewarded back in gold nuggets? Yeah, bro. I booked 3 trips now. And with Lolli. Through Expedia. With Lolli. With Lolli. Was it like 5% for Expedia? We've been looking too. I think around there. They have Booking.com too. Yeah. They need to get Airbnb. That'd be fire. They got VRBO. They got VRBO. Do they? They have, fire. See, but I looked at VRBO and it kind of seemed like they were a little higher than Airbnb. Is there a reason for that? Is that normal? Maybe they're marketing to a different audience. Fair. Okay. Or I don't know. Or maybe that's just what's there. Yeah, but they do have one for VRBO, so we checked it out. I think VRBOs are mainly more for like long stay vacations. Okay. I think, but obviously they do short terms. But yeah, but they're on there, so you could get that. And I think they even do this. Lolli does even the small things right. Like they send you emails to remind you of the stuff you can actually use it for. I don't know if you've seen that. Every now and then I get an email that's like, hey, looking for a trip, these like, and then it gets you thinking. It makes you a better shopper because you're getting something back that you actually wouldn't mind trading for. Yeah. And the experience. You're taking trips. You're gonna have the experience, and you're gonna get Bitcoin while doing it. If I had one complaint, and I do understand why they do it, so it's not really a complaint. Why do you have to wait a quarter to get cash out? Like Fold does it when you get to like 50,000 sats, and then they let you withdraw. I wish Lolli could change that. Maybe they're working on that. I think once they get more funding, I think they're going to do a lot more. That's what one of the articles had like alluded to. Like they're going to get this funding. They're going to start working overseas. Yeah. And they're going to work on bigger operations, maybe even depositing and earning interest. It makes sense. Like that. So they're already off to a great start. They have a solid fan base. Yep. And they're doing good things. And as more money pours in, they're going to be an innovator in this space. Yeah, I agree. Which is really cool. The Alex gentleman that runs it, I've been in like 2 clubhouse rooms with him. Yeah. And he was literally like, I know this sounds weird, but he was just dropping sats. Like, yo, if you're in this room, reach out to my DM right now and we'll get back to you in an order. And he was giving like, 150 sats, 200 sats, but he was just handing out sats just for being in the room. Their community is doing really cool stuff. Yeah. I think they got a podcast now too, which is really dope. I like Lolli, man. I wish the best for them. It does make it very easy to shop. And they have a really good selection of stores. They got a lot of stores, bro. Yeah. Usually you get these like Chrome plugins, but it's like, all right, well, I got to like navigate my shopping that way. Mm-hmm. Most of this stuff is like, I'm already shopping in these places. Yeah. It's not hard to get whatever you need through Lolli. Like, they have a lot of different stores. It's not just like, one niche or another. They have like a broad, travel, Booking.com, Expedia, Ulta. They have, what else do they have on there? They got Sephora, if you want to go on Macy's. That one. Do they got Macy's? I didn't go that far. They got bodybuilding.com for sure. I think there's like 30 of them. They got Guitar Center. Guitar Center is big for us, podcasts and stuff. Yep. You can get a lot through there. They got a lot. They definitely got a lot. And this, it's just one of those things where, they do a good job of like, I don't know if you noticed when you go onto a page that can, Best Buy, that's another good one. When you go on a page that has that functionality, the little Lolli logo actually like lights up in like a different color. So they're doing all the good small things, man. Good company. Shout out to them. Hopefully they keep going. When you said something about holding interest account, Fold actually sent me an email that said, since we're working with a bank and we're a big believer on, you hold your own keys, so you own your own cheese. I think they're going to do something around 10% interest on savings accounts. And that's very interesting to me. I'm already a Fold customer. So gotcha. I don't know what they meant by you hold the keys and all that, because I'm still trying to wrap my head around how I can have Bitcoin in a savings account with a bank and I still have the keys. I don't know how that works. But maybe it's just a simple like USD savings account where they're giving 10% if you convert or something like that. Or maybe it's a way for them not to have to give back sats, meaning that if they give the option for me to collect sats on every purchase and I go and keep them there with them, technically in their savings, they would never have to dish those sats out. Does that make sense? Yeah. So maybe it's an incentive for them to do that. Like, hey, let's open savings account so they wouldn't take the sats out of our basically area of whatever, and they could do some balancing act in the background. This is me just ranting on it. Yeah. But they sent me that email and I was really intrigued because Fold, when I got involved with them in November, was literally just a coupon app. Like you would just shop for Amazon, which is the one I use most often. They have Sephora, they have all that stuff. And they give you instant coupons right there. And when I was learning in Lightning in November, they were one of the first few apps that supported Lightning channels. Yeah. So I played around with them in that sense. But now they're just like full-fledged bank. Like now they give you a debit card. You could routing number. You can send it there. They give you sats. You can still buy the quick gift card. So they evolved into something different. Yeah. Fast. I mean, November to here, they've done some cool stuff.
It's a new industry, bro. Things are being built. It's a cool time, bro.
Yeah, it really is. For app developers, it is. I got this note here, which randomly sticks out. The Federal Reserve Chairman basically spilled the beans and said Bitcoin is a substitute for gold.
He did.
Yeah. And I say spill the beans because a man of his position should not.
Yeah. I mean, did you hear the whole thing?
No, please hit me.
So the short, headline like that sounds good, but he had a whole rant on like, oh, it's highly speculative. Okay. And it's very volatile and it's not a good store of value.
I'm glad you shed light on that.
But it's like a substitute for gold. So he had this whole spiel.
Okay. So it wasn't positive then?
It was, for him to say it's a substitute for gold is still progress. Yeah. For them to trash it is, you have to. Yeah. Right? What do you say? It's superior and lose your job?
You can't do that. Yeah.
So
he got snagged on that. But I also heard Mooch say that, and they asked him in a Clubhouse room. Now he's obviously giving his opinion. Yeah. But he was basically saying, somebody asked him, when is the U.S. going to digitize the dollar? Yeah. And he was basically saying 3 to 5 years. Like it's going to be right away. And then he even gave an example where he was like basically the stimulus example. He's like, nope. He's like, they're just going to tell people, hey, open up your app, open up your wallet on your phone, and we're going to load these coins in there. And you now have these coins. You can send them to your bank. You can send them wherever you want, like that type of thing. Which is scary because we know what happens when they inject, and they're basically just making it easier to inject. But I still like the technical part about it.
Yeah, bro, man. And like that's another reason why Bitcoin is important.
Yeah. Absolutely. The scarcity of it. Yeah, you can't just keep printing Bitcoin. But I'm assuming if they do that, they're going to have the backing of that dollar. So they're going to have to adapt Bitcoin and try to use it as what gold was for a while there. Yeah. I think the scary part is
crazy, bro.
We don't want them to come out of nowhere and basically say, all right, well, now leave the Bitcoin standard like they left the gold standard and figure it out.
How would they leave the Bitcoin standard?
I'm not versed enough to even tackle that.
By force?
That's like a GG question.
You can't even do it by force, bro, because there's nodes and there's going to be internet across the world. Yeah. So like you can't shut Bitcoin down.
Yeah. Right? Listen, node up, man. You too, node up, man. I'm telling everybody, node up is the best thing, the easiest thing you can do. But yeah.
That's true, right?
Yes, in my opinion. But I don't know how to tackle that. That would be like we got to save that one for like a breed love.
I was watching Silicon Valley. Yeah. When Pied Piper.
Dope show.
I think it's season 5, season 6. Pied Piper's getting loaded on the phones with the decentralized internet. But it's the competitor, the Yao dude.
The Hulu or whatever? Yeah. When they're on stage and they start blowing up the phones? That part?
No, not that part.
Did I just blow it up? Sorry, spoiler alert. The show's like 5 years old though.
No, they're preloading the decentralized internet on there. Okay. And they're trying to screw over Pied Piper. And then
I think I might have gotten the chapter ahead of that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Gotcha. But I do remember that to answer your question.
Yeah, they try to take over the network through
peer-to-peer?
Yeah, by using more devices. Yeah. So people talk about with Bitcoin, like, oh, what if a government was to, what would they have to do? Create 10,000 nodes to have majority or something?
I guess where a lot of people know the 51% attack. Yeah, they would have to find some way to get 51% of the consensus.
Of the nodes or?
I think nodes give consensus. So yes, once again, I don't want to put myself on a diving board here. But yes, the consensus is the network. So all the nodes that are connected that have a copy of the blockchain, an updated copy of the blockchain, some type of mechanism, device, computing would have to get 51% of that network to overpower it. I've heard people just randomly throw out like, can Google do this? Can these companies do this? And for the most part, maybe here or there, somebody tries to tackle it. people are saying that it's not even close. Like it's not even possible. It can't happen. Similar to that, people bring up China a lot. Like China has a lot of the mining power that's happening right now. Right. But a lot of guys keep saying that it's about hash. It's not about mining. And if, a lot of the equations, hashes are being solved elsewhere, it doesn't matter where all the mining power is coming from, right? Because the hash is what makes the block. So there's a lot of stuff going on. But with the Federal Reserve saying that, with Mooch, saying that the digital dollar is
around the corner.
So I'm going to circle back to a question that I think we asked before. To the person that still refuses to think that this is a believable thing, when listening to all this information that we're given and that other people are given, how could you not understand where this is going? It's getting that window of like, I don't get it. It's getting kind of, and I understand education is lacking, financial education is lacking, but this is a lot of credible people and a lot of credible information that goes more than just Michael Saylor, goes more than just like, these are big people in arenas that are at least having the word Bitcoin in their mouth and not necessarily tying it to a terrorist thing, right? It's like they have to adapt the thing. Yeah. This is game changing.
Yeah, man.
I don't, I sound like a cultish, right? But it's like,
no, it's just like, hey, the
kind of just makes sense. It's a safe bet.
The richest people in the world are investing in this.
Not financial advice.
All right. And corporations that are the most innovative in the world are investing in this. Tesla and SpaceX.
It's huge. Now that we're on Mooch, and now that we say Mooch basically dropped an article that was saying that Elon didn't tell us how much he actually bought, right? Yeah. And it didn't just stop at Tesla. He's bought with SpaceX. He's bought with different things. Yep. He didn't really get into numbers, but like you just said, like there's stuff happening that's not even like front running news. Yeah, that's humongous. Yeah, that I've never heard of stories like this.
How much Dogecoin do you think he has? Because he'd be pumping it on.
I don't want to talk about this.
I'm just thinking like that in correlation to how much Bitcoin he's holding. When you can buy 1.5 billion through your company, bro, how much do you personally have?
My biggest fear of Bitcoin is that it would ever end up in like a category where somebody could do the dodge to it. Like if you could pump Bitcoin, I know you can pump into certain things. I know big events pump it. Michael Saylor buying pumps it. Yeah. But like, not like that.
Yeah.
Like one dude has, I don't know. I don't know about Dodge. You would have to tell me about Dogecoin, Dogecoin. I don't know. The more and more I go down this rabbit hole, the more and more I understand, which we can get into, how these other coins and these other networks will exist, but, how they will not ever be able to live up to the type of, navigation that Bitcoin is doing to the world to change the world. Now, that doesn't mean that these markets can't make money because obviously they're going to be doing their thing. Like there's a Windows computer running in every office in America right now. Yeah. That doesn't mean, Microsoft is the top dog in tech. Right. So I kind of see the same thing for the other coins. There'll be like the windows around or whatever, but I was listening to an episode on Preston Pish's podcast, and damn, I didn't get the gentlemen's names. Just go check out the Investors podcast, Preston Pish. It's great stuff. Wednesdays he does Bitcoin episodes. But what these gentlemen were explaining was basically smart contracts and how they would work on the Bitcoin network. And they're already doing it, but they're saying that it's a little bit tough to do these contracts to the normal person like you and me. Eventually it's going to get there. They're talking about a year or two. But while I was listening to this conversation, and I won't go in because they'll do way better justice than I can ever do that conversation. They were basically explaining this whole system where you and I, there's something called the oracle that's kind of like the referee, the person that takes the contract, declares it. You and I signed with our signatures, it locks away. And when the standard is met, if you and I make a bet in Vegas and say the Patriots are going to win, if not, Ben gets 50,000 sats.
That's fire.
We drop this smart contract in there. Yeah. Right. The oracle takes care of this, so we don't have to trust Ben. Ben don't have to trust me. And then when that event happens, when it's guaranteed and it goes into that, it frees up. We both sig, right? Because the demand was met, and we're able to walk away. If the demand is not met, then the contract is basically null, and then we have to figure it out at that point. Once again, those guys get into it really dope. This is the real part that changed the game for me, though. So Ethereum can do this, but Ethereum does it in high gas fees. Right? Gas is fees you pay for transactions. Yeah. We've seen some crazy ones. I don't know how true they are. I don't handle Ethereum, so
I've seen
like
some $80 ones.
Insane.
$60.
And we're complaining about the bank taking $350 at the ATM. Yeah. Imagine losing $80 to move some money around. Yeah. And it's not a wire.
I mean, unless I'm moving $1 billion.
Sure.
Like, I'll take 60 on $1 billion, not 60 on 60.
I don't think that's happening. I think
it's like 60 on 100.
Yeah.
60 on 200.
So Preston Pish brings up this point. He's like, all right, because one would argue that when the member pool on Bitcoin is high, you do pay higher fees.
Right.
I've seen some higher fees. So Preston Pish asks them, which is, I'm telling you, my brain was just like, wow, can you do this on the Lightning Network?
Yeah.
And the guys were like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, easy, all day.
Yeah, he's like, you could do this on Lightning. Something called Liquid. I don't know what that is, but you could do it on Liquid. You could do it on stable Bitcoin Core.
Gotcha.
And it's just, on Lightning, fees don't exist.
Right.
Like, it's, Podcast 2.0, we stream back and forth. They don't get charged fees to send sats. Nobody does on the Lightning Network.
Yeah.
So
it's like a new railroad, new steel industry.
Dude.
It's like the new layer.
What Sphinx is doing with the messaging, what these guys are talking about doing with smart contracts, why would I ever pay an $80 fee?
Yeah.
No marketing on Ethereum is ever going to convince me that $80 is better than one sat or free.
Right. Yeah.
You can exist in the world. I am no longer playing ball over it. It's just, you're going to be Windows. You're going to be Microsoft.
I was going to say that. You mentioned the whole Windows to
You'll
Mac,
be steady.
And I was like, that's a really good analogy.
And Windows is making is good.
Windows eventually got it, but they're not there yet, as we've been saying.
Right, and they fell off. But I think it's just one of those things where like you bit off more than you could chew. And I talk about Ethereum at this point. Yeah. As developers, you bit off more, and now your marketing is bigger than your actual technology is.
Yeah,
that's a problem because guys like me, and I don't want to single any guys like me will get fooled by that.
Yeah,
like I put my money there just because I think it's going up, and I don't understand that they're having a hard time keeping that boat together.
Yeah,
and that the fees are an example from what I'm listening to. The fees are an example of how that boat is falling apart.
Yeah.
The reason they can't bring the fees down, no matter Ethereum 2.0, 3.0, whatever the hell they do, is because the foundation of this structure is not strong.
Yeah.
So, me investing in that would kind of just be investing in a house of cards. Can you win? Sure. But if that win comes, see you later, deck. And it was interesting.
One thing that convinces me just from an investment standpoint is that companies are basically creating trust buying Ethereum.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is like, wow.
Yeah,
it's it's not as popular as Bitcoin, but for now it has some monetary wind where I don't think it's going to crash now.
No. I think it can live. They could coexist, right? Like there's different types of currencies in the world. These things can coexist, and it sounds like I'm just knocking technology, and I don't want Ethereum to boom or to learn from itself or to grow. I do. I want that type of. It's just when you talk about the last train of Paris, right? We talk about it all the time. We talk about Bitcoin being this like internet before it was internet. And then we talk about, for the most part, our audience have to put their money smartly in places.
Yeah.
When I was listening to this smart contracts, and they have a name for it, and I butchered it. But when I was listening to this, I was like blown away because I'm like, look, Bitcoin now has the advantage to watch Ethereum fall on its face, learn from it, and build it better on a better network and a better system with better benefits, low fees, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
That's powerful. And let's just say if you got $10, you could do 5.5. I would go on the big pony though. I would go on the winner horse, the thoroughbred.
Yeah.
And it's just cool that they're working on this stuff too.
Yeah.
Lightning is going to be game changing and everything else that's happening on Bitcoin.
Yeah, Lightning. I'm when most of the NFL starts getting their Lightning set up.
It's great. Yeah.
The Bitcoin price is obviously going to go up, and then the Lightning network is just going to get easily more adaptable.
Yeah.
So we're going to see both of those things grow.
Yeah.
Russell Okung just gave a speech to some of the NFL players.
I saw that. Shout out to them. Yeah.
I think there's I think we talked about it last episode. But there's 8+ players already we're buying Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're orange build.
Yeah, C.J. Wilson is a pitcher. I don't know if he still plays in baseball, but he's big in the clubhouse rooms for being a Bitcoiner.
A-Rod was just in one of the rooms.
I was in that room with him or whatever. He was still doubted. He still sounded. It was him and Grant, and you could tell that he was like, "Oh yeah, you got we were plebs."
Yeah.
Even those big Bitcoiners to him were plebs. He was like, "Yeah, I'm big in real estate. I do that."
Yeah.
But A-Rod's not a dummy. I'm sure he's gonna go in. Grant, same thing.
Yeah.
You could just tell when guys have their character up. And it sucks because in Clubhouse, for the most part, you don't see characters. And in that room specifically, A-Rod and Grant and a few other guys had their characters up. He was being Grant Cardone, the salesman, the real estate guy. And that's not bad. That's his image. That's how he makes his money. But in the Bitcoin conversation,
is that just how he is?
Maybe. I don't know him. But I will say this. The Bitcoiners like us, American Hodl, there was a few, these guys were going at these dudes like there was a situation where Grant Cardone was like, "Yo, I got a spot in Florida that's sold for $100 million. You guys can't even try to get that type of loan from the bank." And then fellow Bitcoiners were like, "Excuse me, I don't even have to get the loan. We got that." And it was just interesting to see that conversation Yeah, it was interesting to see that conversation play out. Yeah,
I'd love to see that on.
Guys
I
were
wish it was
repping.
a YouTube replay.
Yeah, somebody probably had to stream it out. But yeah, there was the Bitcoiners rep hard in those rooms. And they definitely step up to these Grant Cardos and say, bro, we smarter than you in the investing standpoint because they even go at his real estate. Like, you losing money as you bleed. And we're not losing money.
How many units are vacant?
I don't know. Grant Cardone tried to say that 98% of his tenants paid him during the pandemic. And everybody in the room that had real estate was like, baloney.
Yeah.
I don't have real estate. I own a home. That's it. Yeah. But like, there was other people in the room that like, dude, 98% of people did not pay you during this pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't know. It's a long shot because they were getting aid. Why would they pay you? But it just kind of seemed like he got cornered and he bounced. A-Rod was in there, but he bounced because I think the Bitcoiners were like, listen, man.
We run these streets.
It's a different world. Yeah. Like, you better come in. We're trying to.
Max Kaiser be talking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
On some like in the same vein of like, you have FU money.
Yeah.
Where like you could say anything to anybody.
Yeah.
Where he's like, yo, I can do whatever I want. I'll be able to pay off any politician.
Absolutely.
Like, I'll have all the money and resources. The dude gave 10,000 Bitcoin away in 11, 12. So how many Bitcoins does he have if he gave that many away, fam? Like, here, I'm going to get this to you. It's going to change your life one day.
And dude's just a straight loser, which I don't think he actually lost. But if the story's correct,
whatever.
Yeah, man, that's insane.
Even just to hand him out, you know.
I just love it, man. Shout out to the Twitter guys for sure. The American hodls of the world. Bitcoin Tina's an OG. He's more of a boomer, but
that's kind of like Jack Mahler's like approach.
Yeah,
like
like I wear my sweater to this meeting. What's wrong with you?
the hoodies run it.
Yeah.
The suits are out. The hoodies run it.
Yeah,
I love the energy, bro.
We've never been able to say. Imagine a year ago being able to tell Grant Cardone, "Yo, get off my stage, please." Like, I got 100 mil right now. What's up? I got more than you. Like, yours is net worth. You're not even like, I hold this.
You're not liquid, fam.
Right.
I'm liquid.
And the conversations get deep because in Bitcoin, there's a circle of a lot of different people. There's like investor dudes. There's like mogul dudes. But then there's like the techie dudes, the guys that actually work on the code.
Yeah.
There's like the plebs. Like, everybody's there basically like, nah, fam, like we it's a bigger circle now. We eating too.
Yeah.
And it's fun to watch. It's cool to watch it play out. But the original reason we even went on this tangent is once again, if you're not paying attention, you really, really have to pay attention. Damn it, I'm not telling you to give up your rent. Like, this is not even financial advice. You could never get anything from this, but I'm sure if you're watching this, you're intrigued at least. And if you're intrigued, take the jump. Get a little bit in there. Get some skin in the game.
Yeah.
That's the best news you can ever get. This stuff is really happening fast. We talked about Fold changing as a company. We talked about all this stuff. Super interesting stuff going on. Breez just opened up. Speaking of Lightning, Breez has been a Lightning wallet in beta for a while now. I got them late October, early November, and it was basically a fast way to interact with my node. Node up. I'm going to keep saying that. Node up going forward. It's just a way to interact with my node through a fast like phone wallet. You don't need, like most hot wallets, you didn't need like an email to sign in or anything like that. You just download it and it works. You connect it to your node or connect it to addresses and it works right away. That's the beauty of Lightning. There's no username and password. There's no KYC. It's a wallet that's connected to a device that you just need addresses for to go right away. Breez has been around doing that for a while. I've used them. At the swift of it was a matter of a day. They just came out and said, yo, we about to just start hosting podcasts.
Yeah.
And Adam Curry, Podfather, shout out to him. He, with his friends, have made Podcast Index easy enough for a company like Breez to be able to get the index and just plug it into their app. The index is how we get, our pub key lives in there, certain things live in there, our episodes live in there. And what happens is now you have my public key and you can send me sats. But being able to do it from a wallet, being able to turn a wallet into a music app, and not only a music app, one that you can give direct value to the people you enjoy and the people you love listening to, absolutely game changing.
Yeah.
We joke about this, but it's true. You and I are ahead on a lot of things.
Yeah.
This is one of those things that we're ahead on.
Absolutely.
Give it by Christmas.
I'm already explaining it to people and they're like, yo, that's a crazy idea.
It's insane what the Lightning Network is doing.
Yeah.
Bitcoin in general, because it wouldn't be possible without the core.
Yeah.
But the Lightning Network has literally changed the game.
Yeah.
And
like just the idea of, in terms of like social network, like if you're dropping wisdom on Facebook, instead of getting likes, you're getting sats too.
You're getting sats.
Like something goes viral and you just came up like 10 bands.
Well, it's bigger than this for me because it's one of those things where, like I was telling you before, it's like it's the best barometer of I care for the stuff you're giving me.
Yeah.
Like the content you're giving me. Yeah. Because even on a Facebook example, even if Facebook was giving me sats, their algorithm would still be floating certain people up and down, and they'll be playing the game. In this situation, the person said, I want to see Talkinginbits.
Yeah.
They purposely went to the app or have it downloaded. They purposely funded their wallet, their Lightning wallet, which is really easy to do, especially Jock Malus. Shout out to him. Very easy to fund your wallet. And then from there, you can give Ben and Jose full 100% with nobody else stealing from it the value they deserve.
Yeah.
And then just to rewind a little bit, we use Oracle, smart contract. Ben gets 50%, Jose gets 50%. That happens automatically.
Yeah. That's the future of money. Yeah.
It's the future of value exchange, man. Yeah. Like, I mean, money is value, but you know what I mean? No, like, it's past the point of exchanging things like in that old school fashion that we're used to. Like, I'm no longer worried that Ben might not pay me for the job. And I keep using that because you're just a direct example of that. You know, like, it's going to be offloaded to technology. Like, Ben wouldn't even be at the table with me doing this multi-sig if he wasn't already verified to have this money. Because he would be doing a multi-sig. He would put his money up first. And then the contract wouldn't have to worry about Jose being a douche, Ben being, you know, skeevy, nothing like that. It would just execute flawlessly every time.
Is this almost like
we're ahead, man.
Like there's PayPal and then there's eBay?
What do you mean?
Where like a third party is carrying the multi-sig, which is access to the vaults?
Kind of in a sense, but not, because I think eBay is depending on PayPal exclusively. So there is no multi-sig. eBay's outsourcing it. It is a better example. But it would be that example if, for me to even be shopping at eBay, I need to set up a channel with eBay. That means I have a SIG, eBay has a SIG, and I could spend up to $600 because I've already proven that I'm worth $600.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then as long as the transactions are within that $600 channel, we go back and forth. I buy lights for $300, but then I return some stuff. I get that multi-sig transaction keeps happening, and when I decide to check out, the balance exchange, the tab happens, and I keep my sats, etc.
Do you think in the future when we can do that with Amazon, Walmart, Tesla, do you think it'll trigger KYC?
There's no need for KYC, but if they still have to respond to the IRS, speaking Amazon and stuff, there's always going to be the way of KYC you. Because they're going to have to prove that they're making their money legit. They can't just, Amazon can't be Amazon and say, hey, I got no proof of who's shopping here.
Came up on a Billy.
Yeah, but I'm sure like there's a lot of weird stuff that I've been hearing lately. I mean, Coinbase is another easy one to pick on. BlockFi is another one to pick on. There's these companies now that are rejecting coin join transactions coming into their system. And that's baloney.
Yeah.
Because if I want to put Bitcoin here and you already have me KYC'd, meaning I have an account at BlockFi, at Coinbase.
Oh, like you're trying to send Bitcoin out of
If I try to send, like if me and you want to anonymously send some Bitcoin into BlockFi, I haven't tested this, I've just heard this. BlockFi will block that transaction and say, nope, the Bitcoin cannot come here because you don't meet our standards and you can't send it in here. That's a problem. That goes away from being anonymous. And I hate to gravitate around BlockFi, but you guys keep getting shot for stuff that's just weird. It's just weird. It's just crypto. What do you mean? You're going to get the Bitcoin. It's going to my wallet. You have me KYC. That's why I have a wallet here.
Yeah, that's strange.
I haven't seen this, so I don't want to get killed for this. I've heard this. That's bad.
Keep me posted on how that shapes out.
I've heard it's not just Coinbase is doing it. It's a bunch of people. But shout out if there is one bright light for BlockFi here, I think they're the only one that actually has like a page that says we do this. Everybody else is kind of just doing it when it happens. Like you'll send it and get an email like, what? My transaction didn't go through. Why not? Yeah. And they'll tell you then. And that's what the person I was listening to, which I don't even mind saying, Matt Odell, which is
he's outspoken on Twitter, right?
He's a security guy, man. He's very big about KYC and all that stuff. Yeah. He was on Clubhouse basically hosting a room where he was saying, there was a guy trying to be solved, like, oh well, BlockFi doesn't have to do this, and he was just going ham. Like, wait, why? You keep beating around the bush and not telling me why they're rejecting this transaction. It's Bitcoin. It's going to a Bitcoin address, which I'm already KYC'd for. Yeah. Somebody from BlockFi would have to respond to that. They weren't there to respond, so I don't want to, in their defense, they should be able to talk and be able to respond. But I can't help but these services having a trade-off. We talk about it all the time. Yeah. And it just seems like they get pinned in bad news a lot. Yeah. And I don't know if that's just like a thing that people are trying to get rid of them, or if it's just that you're being exposed in a population that's used to exposing people. Yeah. That's dangerous. I'll keep you posted. I'll keep the fans posted, stuff that I learn or whatever. You can buy a Tesla now. Yeah, you could buy a Tesla with Bitcoin now. Why the hell would you do that? I mean, if you got enough to do it. No deal, though. Huh? No deal. On what? Like you can't get deal for buying Bitcoin. Like it can't be like 10 grand cheaper or 5 grand cheaper. It's straight up the price on Bitcoin.
Straight up the price, bro. Still, you want to buy it today? It's today's price, fam.
But it's a depreciating asset for appreciating asset.
That way, bro.
It doesn't work that way.
And when you got enough, when you have enough Bitcoin, I mean, so all right, my boy Dan, he wants to buy a Tesla.
Okay.
I orange pilled him, and he came up with Bitcoin. So like right now, he could buy a Tesla that he wants with one of the coins.
Or he could hodl.
But he really,
hodl.
I know hodl. Yeah.
Shout out to Dan, by the way.
Right.
Hodl.
I know he could, not spend it.
Yeah.
And be straight. But I know he's been wanting a Tesla, and I know he's looking at that news like, oh snap.
Go get a USD loan.
I'm gonna ask him. I should hit him up on that today.
Go to your bank and get a loan. Get that dirty fiat. Change trash for trash. Don't change trash for gold. Shout out to Elon. It's smart on Elon.
He could buy it.
Yep.
See it as a business. And then it's
see it as a business?
No, I'm saying he can buy it.
Yep.
He has a business, and then he can just write it off. That's a write-off too.
Yeah. And he'd be traveling a lot too. Makes sense.
That's another incentive.
That's the side. That's the money flipper side right there. That's the money flipper side right there.
Oh, I saw it on Twitter. Dude was like, someone was saying, I forget her name, but she had said she can't wait to get a G-Wagon. And this dude was like, yo, put 20% down and you'll be able to file it under your taxes, like as a full write-off.
That's insane.
Yeah.
How can you get away? I mean, if you travel a lot, it's legit. Yeah, that's your work vehicle, whatever. That's insane. There's a lot of stuff.
Set up an LLC.
And at least here in Massachusetts, I think you get like energy card benefits, right? Like don't they give you like discounts and stuff like that for having an energy card?
There's incentives. Same thing with like solar panels, all that.
So that's interesting. But
imagine Tesla does the solar, like because they're doing solar panels.
Like the car solar.
I bet you they'll include Bitcoin.
What, like mining? Well, I'm confused. We talk about the car
or just energy. So they have solar panels for your house.
Yeah.
So if they did solar panels for your house, and then they're storing that energy. Obviously, so you have it.
Yeah.
Imagine if they could, imagine if you could sell it to them in trade for Bitcoin.
That'd be insane.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So mine for them, basically.
Yeah. I mean, the way Tesla's including Bitcoin right now.
Yeah.
How is Bitcoin going to affect the solar space? You know what I mean?
And it's that clean energy. You're right. Yeah. If he could somehow, I don't care if he buys the energy for say, or if he uses the energy, mines it, and it gives me a piece of the Bitcoin. Same thing. Whatever strategy they want to use to dictate that example, I think that's a great idea, actually. There's probably companies that are doing that, just not with the foothold that they got or whatever. But that's interesting. And the car, too. Why do I got to plug this thing in?
Yeah.
You guys run solar, and you guys have put it in shingles.
Yeah, the car should be solar.
Yeah,
the car should be solar.
They got it in shingles now, right? Like, it's not these big old ugly panels anymore. It's like...
They have both. I think there was an issue with the shingles.
Yeah, but it looks dope.
Yeah, it looks way better than whatever's out there now.
Yeah,
just off their design.
So he's doing it better. And then you're right. If you can store that energy somehow and mine it, I don't care because you're gonna need the computer power to mine it. I'm saying mining is not unless you legit like with these gas companies. You're not gonna not Bitcoin. You're not gonna mine it. Dude,
do you think you could mine?
Not Bitcoin.
I think you're techie enough to get around it, bro.
Understand it, figure it out. Oh, it's the raw power, dude. It's not Bitcoin, dude.
I think you can mine it, dude.
Bitcoin?
Yeah, dude.
Bitcoin,
bro.
I'm telling you, dude.
Have you looked into it at all?
Very little.
Yeah.
But when I have,
it's just techie stuff.
No, but it's not. See, it's techie stuff to get it all like wired up.
Yeah.
But it's raw power after that. And if you're not willing to chug,
yeah.
You're not gonna beat. There's guys using like renewable energy and gas mines, and they got like trailers full of computers running.
Yeah,
you can't beat that in your basement.
Yeah,
and if you do, you're gonna be wasting more than you could bite off at you. But we've talked about it before.
Yeah,
you could probably mine the other coins.
Yeah, I see that you could mine other coins and then just convert to Bitcoin.
Right, that I'm with. I understand that, and even that seems costly. But that one you could write off and like make it smart.
Yeah,
not Bitcoin, man.
Like in conjunction with solar panels. You know what I mean? Because then you have like little to no energy costs. Like that's when it's even more profitable.
Somebody who's more of a pro needs to come on the show and talk mining.
Yeah,
but I still would argue that even if you have all the energy in the world, if your computer power is not enough.
Yeah, no. What people do is so I have one GPU in my computer. It's an 8 gigabyte video card, so it can handle 4K, 6K. People have 8 of those, or they have better ones.
Right.
So you have 8 of those in one computer, and there's 8 fans, and it's literally a supercomputer.
So my question is this, though.
Yeah.
And somebody can answer this. I don't know this. I'm not expecting you to answer this.
Yep.
How does that right there beat trailers upon trailers of factories?
It doesn't.
Right.
It still gets, you still get some. You know what I mean? You're still getting $100 a day.
I don't know. Somebody could come on. I'm not doubting you. I just.
Yeah, no. Some people can make, $500, $1,000 a day.
I don't know, dude. Please, somebody come on and let's talk about this mining. I don't
see
know,
the dudes
dude.
on Reddit.
But I'm with you with the other coins. I think that's easy. Easier, I should say.
Yeah, I see the dudes on Reddit. They have rigs, and I mean, you can enter the numbers and see the 1 month, 6 month, 12-month payout.
Yeah.
With these graphics cards.
Yeah, I haven't tried it. I guess it would have to be tried. It seems like it makes sense. But once again, I've heard people speak on, and it's just. I hate to say this because it's just common sense that you can't overpower what's already powerful. I think you would just have to be luckier if you get those pieces, like you said, like you get some. I think it would require a lot of luck. I don't think it guaranteed anything. But I agree. I understand where you got your information from. Yeah. And Reddit is usually pretty good on there.
Even on the flip, you can.
I don't do it.
You can mine Ethereum. And then convert to Bitcoin at the end of the day.
I would never argue that. I don't know anything about that at all, but that seems easier to me. Yeah. And maybe either one of the other coins. I don't know how you mine the coins, but there has to be a way to mine the other coins too. I could see somebody running with, like you said, 8 cards and getting some pretty good Ethereum.
Yeah. I mean, you could. So 8 cards is probably like $5,000. Yeah. With a setup. Yeah. So if you did 4 of those, you're in at $20,000 and you got your own business now.
I believe that. Yeah.
And now you're LLC.
But I'm not getting that stuff, man. I do like the idea of converting. That just sounds like that's a no-brainer. Just convert it.
If you're techie, like some people who they already build computers or they're really techie, that's easy. Or like a programmer or
I hate the word
code
techie,
developer.
Man.
I don't know.
I hate the word techie, man. I do. I don't know why. It doesn't even mean anything bad. It's not. It's just weird. Like I hear the word techie and it just curious is more I like to say. It's a better thing. But sure. I'm sure I could get one going. There's probably people giving you YouTube videos that can get it going. It's not rocket science. I don't think. But yeah, I find this stuff cool. It's cool, but I don't know if I would go all out mining. Nodes are pretty fun right now. Yep. I like that I'm contributing to the system, and like I said, I think you and I are very far ahead. Yeah. And I think for the most part, soon, we're gonna just be exchanging sats back and forth for every single thing, for posts, for ads, and that's a different ballgame. So I've been focused on Lightning a lot. Bitcoin is still Bitcoin. They don't really change much on that system. The security stuff going on there, but the exciting stuff that's happening on top of it. I just don't understand, if you want to do it correctly, if you want to do it cheap, why you would go use something that's worse. Yeah. It's like if I give you an option between, hey, do you want to wire this or do you want to send it for free? And for some reason you say, let's wire it.
Yeah. So one thing I think...
I don't know.
Think about NFTs. A lot of them are on Ethereum. Yeah. So in that case, like you're just kind of stuck. Yeah. Commuting through that channel. But as the Bitcoin one gets built out, that'll probably change. But even like Silicon Valley, the decentralized internet, they need more subscribers. And so they bring on this dude who's like a superstar on Twitch or something. It gives them more users. Yeah. And like that was the traffic they needed. So does Twitch use Ethereum or is Twitch using Bitcoin? Like, what are these popular?
They're using Ethereum.
See, boom. Yeah. So that's more traffic. So
check this out, though. All right, so I build a rifle. Yep. I give you the rifle. Yeah. As we build more rifles and we hand out the same one and we watch people blow their hands off. Yeah. We build a better rifle. For sure. So you can blow your hand off, but I wait for the better rifle. Yeah, yeah. They're doing it because they were able to roll it out first. Yeah. That doesn't mean that the rifle's good. It just means that they stumble to, and sometimes that's great. You learn a lot when you do that. Yeah. But we're not talking about learning a lot like you took a $60 video game from me. We talk about learning a lot like I put my investment in you. Yeah. Like my paycheck, my whatever. That's a different conversation to be had. There's no problem with if I'm paying Twitch, and I don't know what the it game is nowadays, but let's say Roblox, because they just went public a few weeks ago.
Did you buy any?
No, I don't do stocks. I don't do fiat stuff. Let's just say that Roblox uses Ethereum, and I'm playing Roblox. I got no problem whatsoever putting up $5 into a purse that kind of puts it into the game and makes it ether or whatever. The conversations you and I have are much bigger than just doing DLC and $10. We're talking about storage of value. We're talking about changing our lives, and we're talking about being able to be in rooms with Grant Cardone and telling them to get the hell out of here. Yeah. We're talking peewee when it comes to the professional game. So I don't want that to get lost in our conversations with the people watching. Go do your research on Ethereum. I'm just not sold that they can beat the stuff they can do. And then when you're first at something, but doesn't mean you're the best at something. Right. I think they got an uphill climb, and they could keep doing version 3.0, 4.0, 5.0.
Yeah, I'm still not 100% sold on it.
No, I'm completely out, by the way. You know that.
Yeah, in terms of my portfolio, it's 10%.
Yeah.
Between 5 and 10%.
And that's smart. You can still cash on that.
It might be even less, bro.
Yeah.
Might be like 3%.
Zero. Yeah. Zero. And I was never huge in it anyways, but zero with a conviction zero. Like that's the thing. Like sometimes the zero because I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm convicted that it's not ready for me personally. I stick to what I've said to you in the beginning and when we first started talking more about crypto. I'll be late to that. Yeah, cool. I'll jump in at 5 or 6K. I get it. Yeah. It's down the road. We got a ways to go.
Or new development. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But right now, those gas fees are crazy. The NFT thing is still going downhill, in my opinion. Yeah. Like the news just continues to be weirder and weirder. I don't know how that community was.
Max Kaiser going into it in his tweets, like, you know.
What did Max say?
I think the same stuff you were saying.
Yeah.
Source files.
What's happening here? What's happening here?
Pretty sure that's what he was saying.
That was happening. Like it's just because all you can lock is a transaction. You can't lock the actual file. That's charlatanish. Yeah. That's playing games with people.
How would they transact the file? Would it be like a JPEG or a RAW file gets transported through the blockchain through a smart contract, and then the original owner then loses that?
I don't know the answer to that. My thing is, if it's easy, why ain't people doing it? Yeah. Like if there's a correct way to exchange these files.
Even that doesn't work, like what I just said. Because if I create something in Photoshop, I save it. If I upload it as a JPEG right onto our thing, I still have the master files. So how does the blockchain take those master files from me? Like that's what it would have to be for it to be like a one of one. You know what I mean?
Impossible, yeah. And I don't think the blockchain is actually encoding XML files. The blockchain, I think, just records the transaction, the amount, I guess, the number numerical, like a 1 of 25, like that stuff. So, very weird. You would just have to be able to convince somebody that is dope down the road. Like that's your best bet, and hope that it doesn't get deleted. Mm-hmm. But the only reason somebody could come up to me and say an NFT is worth it is if they can say for sure 10 years down the road, this is going to be fire. Yeah. And that's rare. Like, I mean, there's not many things in the world, but it could still exist. I just don't see why you need a blockchain for that. Right. And I read a really good article. It was one of those Bitcoin audibles or whatever. So I heard a really good article that was basically saying that, you know, there was a time every 4-year cycle where there's a company who tries to do something by calling it a blockchain and change the game. Mm-hmm. And NFT is basically just that same thing this time around. Yeah. So the OG Bitcoiners just see it a mile away. Yeah, I got it. You guys are good. Like we this is this or whatever. ICOs I keep hearing. I don't know what that is, but
ICO,
something like that. But yeah, I keep hearing
coin offering.
Is that what it is? What is that? Do you know what that is?
It's when like you create a coin and you go public with it. It's almost like a stock going public. From my understanding.
Okay, maybe we got the right thing, maybe we don't. I don't. But I keep hearing that get thrown around whenever this conversation happens. Yeah. But I get the consensus that the old, like the OGs of Bitcoin, are not worried about it because they understand that it's about to blow. Right. And if anybody like is Bitcoiner, and they're trolling. Like if they're putting stuff out there, don't take it serious. There's a lot of trolling on it because they see it's a joke. Right. And that sucks. You and I have talked a lot about the creators. We're creators. We want to learn that, but I was telling you and I was telling a buddy of mine earlier, us creators have to focus on delivering good content directly to the people. Mm-hmm. And I don't think we need smart contracts. I don't think we need anything in that situation. I think we're already seeing it. And I think we should focus on that when it comes to creating content and giving it to the people. Everything else is cool, but it's falling apart just like NFTs are. Yeah. And maybe somebody will crack that code. Maybe Bitcoin will crack that code, but I don't think the blockchain cracks that code. I think the NFT problem is just an ownership problem. Like you said, how can I get as many people to hold on to this as possible? Like get the master and know that Ben doesn't have the master. Right. Somebody can figure that out without blockchain, and it'll still be a dope service. I'll still subscribe for it. Right. But as long as you have to do NFTs through these like auction houses online, and
I almost think about like then just do NBA Top Shot.
What do you mean?
Because isn't that service, is it cash? Or is it blockchain?
I've never even gone to the website.
Yeah, I was assuming it's been like through fiat.
Don't you got to switch it for some type of crypto? I don't know if it's Ethereum exactly, maybe stablecoin or I don't know.
I'm unsure. I just know like the NBA has a hand in it, so I figured it would be USD.
I don't know. Somebody, we keep saying it, but somebody who's pro come on the show. But if you know anything about NFTs, because I've heard a few people make good arguments for it. Yeah. But to me, in the background, it's just one of those like it doesn't add up, and it just doesn't require what you're saying it requires, and that's where it's weird to me. It's like, all right, well, you could do this for cheaper or somewhere else, not pay the Ethereum fees, and do it that way. And have a middle party because you have a middle party in these situations, which is Ethereum, the network.
Right.
So we'll figure it out. But
yeah,
a lot going on, man. You got anything else for the people?
Yeah, what about Bitcoin Miami, bro?
Bitcoin Miami.
June, I think it's like June 4th to the 6th.
I got told to handle the family vacation and then handle that one. So I'm working on the family vacation.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't have a direct answer, but
yeah.
You know, I'm early on to Bitcoiners, to Bitcoin more than these guys that are headed down there, including yourself if you're headed down there. So I'm okay with saying out delay gratification for a year or for the next conference and be able to do it up better and be able to do it up bigger.
Yeah.
Because if I go right now, it would just be winging it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to be in the position with that. But once the family one gets handled out and we see them numbers, we can play around with that for sure. How about you? Who are you thinking?
If you want to go, I was going to say let's do it.
Yeah. We can talk about it off the mic for sure. Yeah. But that's where I'm at.
Get some money back with Lolli, you know?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Even the family one we're trying to cash in, man.
And it's just a matter of like how long before this vacation pays for itself through Lolli's Bitcoin. In my wallet.
For sure, yeah. And the network opportunities, going to be great people down there. A lot of the people we talk about here are going to be down there.
Here's one thing, too. I'm trying to get into the content creation, bro. So I think stuff like that, like content creation in the crypto space.
Oh, okay. So I think you've been doing that, but okay.
Yeah, another reason, like that'd be another reason why it's a business trip for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to link up with, you know, people in marketing in these spaces.
And those are the places to do it for sure. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, for sure. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, that's another thing. And just keep watching that.
Yeah.
Keep watching the innovation. I would like to say keep watching the price, but I think I'm numb to that.
Yeah.
And as long as I see somebody doing some really cool stuff, I get excited for it. Like like this week has kind of been like, you know, cool stuff is happening. You still see it at 53, 54. Actually, I bought it in a big chunk at 53. I'm excited about that.
There you go.
But I see the innovation that's happening with Sphinx and with, you know, all this lightning stuff, and we're going the right way. And
man. ETFs are being applied for. You know what I mean? Yep. Canada one's doing well.
And we locked into the earlier with the stable coin, the digital coin. Yeah, we're ahead on that stuff, man. Yeah. One day you guys are going to be showing us our love. You got to give us our flowers. Hopefully it's on Breez or any of these platforms. You can give us that value. But I do say we joke about it, but a lot of this stuff, especially what we covered in this episode, I think we're easily 6 months to a year ahead of. For sure.
It's underdeveloped stuff, but you can see the utility in it.
Yeah. And we're not the only ones. Yeah. But you know, there's people that still don't have Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So we're extremely earlier. But this stuff is fascinating. That's all I got for the people. Anything else?
No, we're good, man.
Cool. That wraps up episode 13.
13.
This is awesome to do, man.
Yeah.
Gonna keep them going. Guys, as always, please rate, share, and subscribe so we can continue to have these conversations and you can continue to get the information you want. We appreciate you guys as always. We'll see you next week, episode 14. Awesome.
That's it, bro.
Peace. Later, guys.